What is going on, guys? Welcome to episode 12 of my Manchester United Football Manager 2018 Let's Play series. If you're new to this series as well, this is a proper Let's Play series where I play through pretty much everything you see, especially with the games. You get to see everything, and I don't play a lot off camera, so you don't miss. You're like, oh, what's happening? So something a bit different. So if you're new, subscribe if that sounds good to you. And obviously for my current subscribers, hopefully you are enjoying this series, and if you are, drop a like on the video because I'm really getting into this. It's one of these saves, you know, a Football Manager save you play, the more you play it, you just keep getting into it, and that's the stage I'm at right now, especially when your team is playing well. That's a big part of it. But I did want to update you guys. I am planning starting a lower team save. It's a lower league save, but it's going to be different to what I've done before. And I'm in a better situation to, I suppose, focus on it more and really achieve my goals with that. But yeah, it's going to be a bit different, and it's not going to be in England. So that's where the difference comes into play, to be honest. But for now, yeah, we're going to focus on the first game here. We'll actually just go to the match preview. There we are. We got Benfica, and they need a result against us. It's going to be tough away from home for them, but because they've already lost one there, they lost against Hoffenheim. It's going to be a battle really between Hoffenheim and Benfica, Dynamo, Kiev. Yeah, it's going to be hard for them, hard group, but we've already got the 2 wins. Well, yeah, we haven't lost a game. We're unbeaten for the whole season so far, so things are going all right for us. So we're just going to the team selection. So just to show you how we're lining up today, made some changes. Also, Ashley Young picked up an injury. It's not a huge one, just a couple weeks he's going to be out for. It's not massive, especially with Luke Shaw back now, getting close to full fitness. So he's still only 22, Luke Shaw. He's got some development left in him, I would like to think, especially mentally as he gets older, a lot more experience. And Paul Pogba is going to come in for this game. You know, he's been suspended for English ones. He gave away a stupid red card. But anyway, guys, this will be the 11 for this game. You can see some players missing out. Even like Phil Jones, he's wanted by Tottenham. I'm not sure if we still need Jones and Smalling. We don't have any. And even with an injury to Rojo, he's a long-term injury. That's why he's not registered. You can see back 2-3 months. So, yeah, let me know, Centre. Do you think we can sell one of them, either Phil Jones or Smalling? Let me know anyway, and we shall progress into the match today. And here, if we take a look at Benfica's lineup, I would say they've still got some dangerous players. Look, Gabriel Barbosa, he's been so good for them. 6 goals, their top goal scorer. So we need to look out for him. So we'll kind of address that, not just say, oh, we need to look out for him, and not do anything about it until, or at least before he does it anyway, before he scores. So yeah, maybe apply a bit of opposition instructions. There we go. We'll set opposition instructions, and as always, in case you missed previous episodes where I've said it, I show onto the weaker foot for all the defenders and the goalkeepers, just hopefully to get them to make an error, give the ball away, which you may have seen. I think it's affected us in, well, not affected us. Yeah, it's happened in a few situations during games so far. So yeah, there's a few more suggestions, but we'll leave that for now. At least Gabriel Barbosa, like, to me, like, he's the instant one. So we're showing him onto the weaker foot, and to me, just tight mark him. Just tight mark him at all times, essentially. And that's all we'll do for him. And then with the team talk, we'll see what we'll do for this game. Passionately, let's do it for the fans at home in this Champions League game. All listen keenly, but I think we'll go to select all players as well. And then we will say passionately, there's a lot more to come from you. Either when it's, yeah, there's a lot more to come from you, or I have faith in you. They tend to get a positive reaction there, generally at least half of the players. And of course, yeah, we haven't conceded for a while. De Gea's been excellent. We haven't had too many opportunities against us, but when he's needed to make saves, he has. But I will say he's been unbeatable in recent matches, and also, as I've showed you, he's performing well in training. Just put that on top of being a world-class keeper, one of the best. I'd say, could potentially say he's the best keeper in the world currently. Absolutely amazing. Definitely in the top 3. I think you'll be safe saying that. I don't want to be too biased as a Man United supporter. But here's the first highlight here. Come on, we've got to do something with this. Get an early goal. Pogba. Bit inconsistent in his games now because of those suspensions. That's the only bad thing for him. At least he's rested. So I'm not sure what you would prefer. Martial, whoa, okay. He could have been in a position to take a shot. But will it work out? Ooh, it's going to be a penalty. And, well, there you go. It is going to work out. And Martial, he's been very good from the spot. Hasn't missed one. He scored 2 so far this season. Can he put home another one? He's been on great form. No one can stop him right now. Let's see. Tony Martial, he misses! No! Oh, that was a bad penalty. We got to be honest. That was terrible. Though it was very close to being an amazing penalty. So, because like unsavable. But oh, now they get a penalty. Oh, wow. Well, this is a crazy... I felt we've been due a crazy game. 100%. Come on. And De Gea, well, this is your turn. Can you make the save? Guessed the right way, but Jonas, he's a really good pen taker. That's his 5th goal of the season. Amazing stats, technically and mentally amazing. Obviously, physically, he's a bit older, but he never was like really quick or really strong. He wasn't like that, but you're always technically amazing, mentally strong, good experience in him, and he showed that there by finishing the penalty. 16 pen taking. He's a class player, Jonas. So we don't think we can really blame De Gea there, like in that situation. Just Lindelof. Oh, he picked up the yellow card. So, in a way, it kind of is our own fault. Martial should have finished, and now he's got a bad rating, like less. And why doesn't it show our proper kit? I know Benfica, I don't have those downloaded, but you know we have the kit in our game. Like, it downloaded for Man United. See, there it is. So, I've mentioned this a few times. If anyone knows, is there a certain setting why it's not shown in this specific screen? Or is it just this screen? I don't know. Like, the analysis. Why is it not proper? Do I need to download the 3D kits? I don't think so, because in some games it does show up. I'm pretty sure league games. It could be in Champions League, it just shows like that. I know it's not a major issue, but the one, like, for me, like OCD and other people like that, yeah, it's a little bit... It's annoying because you want the proper kits, and it's like for the other team, oh nah, it doesn't matter. But there is going to be an opportunity here. See, things are flipping a bit. Things have flipped a bit in this game. It's an interesting one, like 2 early penalties. You know, we missed ours, unfortunately. They were able to score theirs, so can we get a goal back at least? And Herrera. Ooh, good pass to Rashford. Oh, it's going to work out. Martial gets his goal back. He's going to be very happy, I thought, with a bit of low confidence, or he wasn't having a good game. So maybe he didn't actually have low confidence. And it takes a very good player mentally to not go down in confidence. Just feel a bit low if you're not having a good game, but you can still stay focused. That's what, Anthony Martial, he showed right there with that goal. Gets it back before halftime, so we go in with a bit of confidence, and show, we can turn this around. And I don't think we've had a bad game. It's just, that penalty we give away. We've had a lot of chances. So dressing room wise, I think it's an interesting one what we're going to say here, because I think we've been excellent. Well, okay, we've been good. I think excellent is a bit too much. We'll say we've been the better team here. Just keep doing what you've been doing and we'll be fine. Definitely. See, some players agree with that. So we'll go in. A few defenders on yellow cards, so we still got to keep that in mind. But I think, we'll play this, especially at home. I think we're going to play this out in the second half. Don't forget, again, it was just that penalty. Unfortunately, they haven't really looked like scoring apart from that. Haven't had too many opportunities. We've looked more dangerous. But who knows? They could come out in this second half and be more attacking and try and get the lead back. This is a very, very early highlight here. Let's see what they do with it. They're still pretty patient. But poor pass, and Luke Shaw positioned really well. Pogba over the top. This is what we look to do. Use the pace on the counter. And Rashford combining with Martial. They are so dangerous. I wonder how many times they've combined this season. That'll be a good stat to see. Can you see that somewhere? I'm wondering. Like assists between players and goals. Like combinations. I'm sure it's somewhere. Let me know. But it's love. They should get the line between them in the tactics. Can't see it from that screen, can you? But when you go to the tactics here, for me, Marcy, can they get a link? I haven't seen one like that from the winger to the striker yet, but yeah, they should have one for sure. And they're both, yeah, Rashford starting to smash in goals. Now, Lukaku, I suppose he's had some injury troubles, but Rashford, and especially not being natural in a role, surely he should become more natural playing in that poacher, which is probably his best duty, best role and duty as a striker. But yeah, wow, that's amazing stuff. But these yellow cards, I feel like I have to either say something or make a change. Valencia's picked up a bit of not. Maybe we'll make that change. So we might need to alter this a little bit. I was wondering, where is Darmin? We just didn't select him, did we? Yeah, we left him out because, hey, you can only have so many players on. Maybe I had one too many attacking mids and wingers, but we still can make a rotation. What we will do is bring Lindelof over to that side, and Lindelof we can... Okay, he's not too bad, actually. He's like pretty bad. I thought he might be better just as a defending fullback, but he seems alright. He can get forward. He's got decent attributes, not horrendous, pretty well-rounded. And then we can bring on Daley Blind, but I might just switch him over to the left side, a bit more preferred. And yeah, again, he's not too amazing despite still being natural in the centre-back role. He doesn't have like... Well, in the centre-back position, he doesn't actually have a role that is really high. Again, despite being natural there. So, it doesn't look as good. Even though, yeah, he is natural, so I'm not so worried about that. And even Matic, he's on a yellow card, and, oh, he's actually done bad. Like, 6.1, that's very close to 5 point something. So, yeah, like, oh, yeah, that's going down rapidly. But I don't think he's, like, at least from what I've seen. But you can only see so much, I guess, with the highlights. Okay, this is a very crucial highlight, I feel. If we score from it, I think we've got the result. But then Benfica, if they have it. But right now, looks like Luke Shaw getting forward. Can he get a good ball in? No penalty, but Martial, he has turned the game around. His game around as well, since he missed that penalty. And imagine if he scored it. It could have been 4-1 here, and he could have had a hat-trick. But maybe he wouldn't have had that same motivation to turn the game around, turn his game around, because, you know, yeah, the team would be disappointed. And I think, yeah, he was playing with some fire in him after that. But he is so good. Actually, I've simulated in the future, like my years in the future videos I do, he's won the Ballon d'Or. I think it was one. I can't remember. Was it once or twice? He's at least won it once, because I saw his name there. He moved to Real Madrid and won it. Like, that's crazy. But here, I think we're going to bring on Fellaini. I think just for Ander Herrera, he's about the lowest condition. And 6.7, he hasn't had a crazy game. What we will do, again, ball-winning midfielder, Fellaini, plays a decent role for us there. He does the job. He does the job. Tenacious midfielder for tenacious midfielder. That's a good change. Mkhitaryan. There's 15 minutes remaining. If they score, though, makes things interesting again. So let's see what Benfica will do. Obviously, away from home is hard for them. Coming to Old Trafford, all the way from Benfica. And, Berlin. See, Berlin, his positioning was very, very good there. So, the more he plays, I think his role, yeah, the suitability should go up. And Rashford should finish. Wow. That was weak. Really, that should have been a goal. Rashford, I can't believe he missed it that terribly. Fuck. Oh, I'm dead, mate. Why does Rashford have to get injured? What injury is it? Potential head injury. Hopefully it's not so serious, but I have a feeling it won't be major. If it's just head injury, we'll see after the match anyway. It's still disappointing. But, yeah, maybe it was just after that shot. He just couldn't believe it. He started getting a headache. maybe that's his head injury. But again, fairly dominant game from us. Possession-wise, it was pretty even, though. It was more so just the shots created. Then if we analyse the match stats a little bit more, we did have the 3 clear-cut chances. We do make a lot of fouls, though, in this game. We had a lot of corners, so as expected with the shots we had. So, yeah, we were the better team. And yeah, that's all really we can say about that. We got the job done that we needed. And then, of course, with the team talk after the game, I think we'll say passionately, I'm very pleased with the result and your performance. So we definitely, yeah, we pushed on in the second. And here's the result for some other games here. So why is Man City doing better in the Champions League, but struggling in the Premier League? Where they're sitting in the table. Okay, maybe I spoke too soon, but that's a good result against Sporting. I suppose in games where they're more of a challenge, like Monaco and Roma, they've still lost. Like, they lost at home against Monaco. They couldn't even score at home. So, yeah, I don't know what's up with... Is there, like, an explanation? Have Sports Interactive said, like, why are Manchester City so bad? I mean, don't get me wrong. I like it, but it doesn't feel realistic. That's just a thing. Maybe if it was 10 years ago, it would make sense. And concussion, that must be a really bad concussion to be out for 2 to 3 weeks. Like, sometimes players pick up a concussion and come back for the next game. So it must be a bad concussion if that's the case. I'd like to see more, I don't want to see more of them, but I want to compare. It's more so I want to see more to compare. Are all concussions going to be 2 to 3 weeks? So that's a bit excessive. They're not always 2 to 3 weeks. As I said, sometimes players come back. Unless, yeah, it depends when the next game is. If it's a few days later, I might rest them, but then, yeah, come back. Say if they get injured in the league, if there's a midweek game, they might miss out and then come back for the next game. It just really depends how serious it is, case to case. But Martial, how amazing is he? Like, he's actually playing like one of the best players in the world. Like, obviously, he's a class player for Manchester United. He's very, very good. But how he's playing for me in this save, and probably in Football Manager in general, like I said, he's won the Ballon d'Or in a save I've simulated into the future. So it's a mix of that. But he's playing like one of the best. Rashford to miss Benfica game. Didn't he just play the Benfica game? Yeah, actually, the next Champions League one we do is against Benfica. So that's pretty interesting. So we have big games coming up. So, yeah, next few episodes, that Manchester City one will be very interesting. And, of course, we already played against them this season. You can see 3-2 in the Carabao Cup. We were able to get the victory, even with Paul Pogba getting a red card. Martial, again, getting a brace. So, guys, as we have picked up some injuries, I've heard people say injuries are a bit too much in Football Manager, but as long as you manage them well, don't forget, yeah, keep checking medical centre. That's what we need to do right now because there's players with a high injury risk. Though, I feel like there's only so much we can do. So we got to read into it what we can do though, because what I mean is I feel I've reduced players' workload. So for example, Mkhitaryan is at a high injury risk, but if you take a look at his training, it's just average. We don't have an additional focus, and obviously have the position there as well. Because when I saw that, yeah, I took off additional focus, dropped from heavy to average on intensity level, which by default is heavy. I don't know why it's like on every single player by default. And then even our training, I've made sure that doesn't seem so excessive as well. Like, the overall workload is light. I'm scared to increase that more. You see what I mean? If there's something I'm missing, please let me know. See, I want still feedback from you guys. But as you can see, the overall risk says high injury risk. So it says match fatigue and tactical intensity. So it could just be because our intensity is high. If our intensity is, I think that's where it's coming from. I think that must be it. I think so. It has to be. And then with how much we got to make sure we rotate the players well as well. That's the how much we manage them with the match fatigue. So I'm still trying to balance that well. But my main point was it's not as bad because don't forget Rojo and Ibrahimovic start injured at the start of the save. So right now we just picked up Rashford, that injury during the game, concussion, that happens. And then, yeah, Ashley Young. That was actually during training as well. So I wouldn't say it's excessive. And I think we're managing it fairly well. And just to put it in comparison, you can see Martial, he's clear by 2 goals at the top. Like 7 in 8, that's excellent. And then his average rating. You can see, yeah, Bellerin and Barnes, they're close there. Then there's a bit more gap. So imagine him he's only 21. But his potential, it seems like he's got 4-star current ability and 4-star potential ability. He's probably not going to increase so much more, but then I think he's only 21, turns 22 in December, so I feel like he should be developing at least a little bit more. And now, guys, for the second game of this episode, we've got it against Leicester City. They're not having a terrible season. They probably want to continue some form, start to get some victories, maybe to try and vie for a Europa League position. Might be hard to get in Champions League, obviously. Well, hey, there's an extra spot available, essentially, because Man City, yeah, they're not going to make it on this form. They could potentially turn their season around, but yeah, they'll have to be absolutely amazing, which they have the quality. But yeah, that's why West Ham's up there. There's Everton, there's Burnley, because there's a few extra positions, because even Tottenham and Liverpool are doing a bit poorly as well. But this is going to be the team for this game. We brought Lukaku in for Rashford, and even Lukaku, he's better as target man, but I prefer complete forward. He's been pretty good this season. He's got some assists and he's got some goals. How much games has he played in total? Yeah, 5 league games. In the Champions League game, did nothing. He scored in that Super Cup game. So he's had like 3 assists. That's pretty good. Obviously, that complete forward doing more. Not just, yeah, looking to score goals, but looking to create as well. So conditions are a bit lower for this game. I'll leave a bit of a mix. Pogba will probably sub out at some point. And also, see, Blind has that strong link with Martial. Luke Shaw doesn't have that. So, yeah, that will get, hopefully, the best out of both those guys. But, yeah, you want to be getting the best out of Martial right now. And even Damian's come in for a start. Valencia, for a really unknown reason. I don't know why his morale is fairly poor. Like, nothing, like, he's not disappointed about anything. Seem pretty random. Like, he's got no negatives right now. Only positive. A lot of positives. So, yeah, that's a bit interesting. Though, anyway, we're going to leave that there. We brought Chris Smalling. Hopefully, he'll do well in this game. We'll have to see. Hopefully, he can prove himself. Then, looks like Leicester's going to be playing that 4-1-4-1. So, a pretty defensive lineup, looking to stock that midfield because they know our style. They want to prevent us having the ball, essentially. So, this is going to be a big one. Does that mean they're looking for a point? We'll have to see. Obviously, I say that, but once more, they're probably still going to try and attack on the counter, though. But the morale is looking amazing, as it should. That's why the Valencia was like the odd one out. I was like, I'll bring in Darwin. He's a very, very strong tackler, one of the best in the team with the 17 for the tackle attribute. So what we're going to say here is assertively, we should be winning this one fairly comfortably. Play your own game and you'll win. So yeah, keep them pretty focused. I like at least one looks happy because then I know it's not generally a bad team talk. Like the other lads are they're going to be really focused. But then if it wasn't Matic with looked happy, I was wondering, yeah, I know it says listen keenly, but I get a bit more confident when at least one look happy because I know, yeah, they're focused in a good way. And Adrian Silva is going to be missing. Obviously, he's a boss for them in that midfield, but he hasn't played for the season. He's just been unavailable to play from club football, so I don't see why they're pointing it out. It's a bit of a weird one to point out because, yeah, he hasn't played for the whole season. So I don't, like, what do you guys think about that? Is it really relevant to mention? Or maybe she just, yeah, she wasn't watching. Maybe she wasn't paying much notice. But I think I will say I've been around long enough to know it means almost nothing. His absence won't determine the outcome of the game. The 22 players selected will, but especially that he hasn't played this season as of yet. Like, come on. You're supposed to be a journalist. You got to look into that kind of stuff. Oh, and Slimani picks up an early injury, but that means Jamie Vardy. I'd almost say he's the better player. Like, he's different. Slimani plays very well. You can get him... You can play advanced forward and target man, so it's very, very helpful. But to me, yeah, Jamie Vardy is he's more dangerous with that pace. But let's see how he goes. Schmeichel with the kick. With the goal kick. They're looking to pass it out. And then, ooh, see, this is what I mean. Vardy over the top with the pace. I feel that's going to be better against us for Leicester. Like, having Slimani like that target man, he's not as dangerous. Like, balls over the top, obviously play a higher line and try and get him, catch him offside, play the offside trap. That suits them a bit more to get the best result, you would think. Anyway, but here's Mkhitaryan. What was that? He hasn't been... He used to be... I say used to, like about a month ago. He was the assist GOAT. Maybe not as much with the goals. So, yeah, maybe you can understand that finish. But remember that game against... I know, Dynamo Kiev. Okay, maybe they were easy to beat. He got 4 assists. And then... But that was like just like a good batch of games for him. And he hasn't done anything since. So, I wonder what is going on. Is he just in a rough patch? We'll see. Come on, let's try and get a goal in this first half here. They're going to go the same kind of thing again, a long ball. We can kind of judge their tactic off that. Yeah, we can see that's what they're doing, but so far they haven't really been too effective with it. The players are reading it. You say you could try and sit back a bit more, but that's obviously changing the way we play with the offside trap. But I feel like what my players can do is adjust to that and read it as well as they can and hit on the counter. Maybe should have finished. But yeah, obviously you can see that. But you know, our style is to push forward, high defensive line. So I wouldn't just change it because of that. We're training them. We've obviously shown that so far in this game. So I could imagine that would be a suggestion in this situation when they are playing the balls over top. But I feel like the players are just doing their job well. Playing the way we want to play well, if that makes sense. I think so. Though we are going to say assertively, and I'm not happy because we haven't got a lead at the minutes. So that's what we're kind of focusing on a bit more. I haven't feel like in recent games I had to make too many changes. Tactically, that is. If anything, just player roles changes depending who's playing. But for the most part, being pretty straightforward. Well, there you go. Vardy, he isn't doing too well. Like, even the rating went down to 6.3, but back to 6.4. So, come on, guys. We need to see this. Like, I feel... Oh, Martial, good tackle. That was dangerous. But he's just doing everything superbly right now. Look, maybe Lukaku is just not... He's not match fit. Because obviously coming back from that injury. But unfortunately, Rashford is injured for us. So we don't have quality striker to bring on. We have Fekir, who is natural as a striker, but it will be one of those cases where his duty is not as good as others. And I didn't really want to sub Pogba off until we had a lead. But what we will do, Mkhitaryan, I'm surprised his rating isn't a bit lower because he's made some errors. So we're going to bring on Juan Mata right now. Ooh, I think we will have to go inside forward though, because we are already playing one advanced. But I suppose you can play two advanced playmakers, especially when it's a different position. But yeah, I think we'll go inside forward this time. So Blind is going to go to Pogba. And look at this, Ander Herrera is in a good position. Ander Herrera is going to strike! Whew. That was more powerful than I expected from Ander. Though, guys, I think we need to step things up a bit. Even though, you know, we're playing that intense game, though, we're going to go a bit more direct. We'll take off play out of defense. We already got the higher tempo, but again, we'll switch that back to normal, actually. I want to play that maybe to 5 to 10 minutes and then maybe go back to higher for the last 10. So, yeah, hopefully that will be a good impact. And no, actually, go route 1. Go route 1 is what we'll do now. And maybe we'll try and whip the crosses in. Actually, no, float them to Lukaku, yeah? I think we'll go with that change. And see, to me, looking at the subs, we don't have, like, that absolute superstar to bring on. Hey, we've got Jesse Lingard, so we're going to take Martial off. We're not... Just hopefully Lukaku, Martial, their quality, not having the best of games, but hopefully they'll be able to come along and do something. But also, I think a bit of a shout will be needed. I think demand more to all positions. And here we go. So this is going to be one of those intense games where if we get a winner, I probably will get pretty excited. This could be it. Lukaku, Juan Mata! You can't say we haven't had chances. But it might be the point where we need a change. I'm so hesitant right now to take someone off. Martial. I think like Fekir is the one I would want to bring on. So that means... Actually, I know what it means. It means Matic is going to come off. This is a bit of a... I like to think a bit of a creative one. A bit more than like a straight swap. For Fekir. And obviously, Fekir is not going to be playing in defensive midfield. We're going to put him in attacking midfield. And then we'll use him advanced playmaker on attack. So, yeah, we've got him on attack. So, again, the advanced playmaker situation. We still have Pogba. That is... Actually, we're going to try him as a roaming playmaker. That was suggested once, so I might as well give it a go. And we'll give a team talk. Fekir, let's see. We'll go assertively. This is a lot... yeah, I'm looking for you to make the difference. I know you're capable. He's just deep in thought. Let's see what he can do. It will be absolutely massive if he did. New signing for this season. But I feel like... Are we not gonna... get it. Maybe not. Maybe if we go overload, if we just really try and get it forwards, pump the ball into the box, because don't forget, Lukaku's still up top. I'll take pass into space off, and we'll take more risks now. And maybe shoot on sight. Maybe we have to go shoot on sight. I'm not a massive fan of that, but I feel like we need to. And again, what we got, Lingard, Fellaini. Yeah, I wouldn't see any match winners to come off the bench to win the game for us. And maybe in terms of the fullbacks, maybe they can get forward a bit more. We'll play him as wing-backs on attack. I know Darmin probably not as preferred for that, both players essentially. But hey, we're trying to get forward to get this winning goal. And I don't think... Yeah, that's a bit disappointing. But hey, we still keep an unbeaten streak. We had opportunities in this game. I wouldn't say it was our most dominant one. Or maybe... Oh, no. I got excited because it was in good position. But I knew it was that highlight. There was like only 40 seconds left. Again, we restrict the opponent only to one shot on target. The chances we had, it sums up. Yeah, Martial didn't have one of his best games. That last piece of action summed it up. So I'm going to say assertively, we weren't good enough today. But, see, this is what I mean. This is what generally title winners do. And hey, Chris Smalling had a great defensive performance. So yeah, showed that right there. Even if we didn't win, he had 9 ratings. So that was absolutely excellent, his performance. And, well, at least the players are fired up and the atmosphere amongst the squad is growing. That's the positive. But what I was going to say, this is what the best teams do. In their worst games of the season, they still grind out a decent result. And yeah, take a look at that right there. 6 key tackles by Chris Smalling. Definitely coming into contention a little bit more. I know he's criticised a little bit in real life, but I think he's a good centre-back, and he proved that with that performance. So guys, after those 2 games, I'll leave the episode here. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. As I said, hopefully you are enjoying this the way the series is. I am going to start a new series. I'm not sure 100% when, but it will be with a lower team, and it will be that kind of style of save where I play more off camera. It's not my most preferred style, but I can do that for people that want to see that. So I'll be doing that kind of series, and hopefully you'll find it interesting. And yeah, like I said, I'm in a good setup now. For really the first time ever on YouTube since I've been making videos to, I suppose, do that. To make a proper, really, really long series with a lower team. Just, yeah, with my setup now. But hopefully you enjoyed it anyway, and I'll see you guys next time.